want to lose body fat, you want to look absolutely shredded, these are my results here. And I'm in the kitchen and not in the gym, because this is where the results are hidden. It's about what you eat, not what you train. So I'm going to give you a favorite meal of mine that really helped me along this process of being in a fat loss phase. So let's make it. Steak was one of these things that I have every single night, still to this day, that just make me feel so lean. They're really high in obviously protein, but also so nutrient dense. So let's make this teriyaki steak rice bowl. It hits every time. So at the beginning of my fat loss phase, I started really focusing heavily on low processed foods, real foods, whole foods diets, animal-based kind of vibes, just because I found that's when my inflammation was at the lowest and I was actually getting the most amount of results, and it was way easier to eat volume eating. So that's when I really started to figure out what's in my food and also heavily emphasize on the quality of the produce. So for me, meat was one of those things where I really wanted to prioritize good quality, since it's going to be pretty much star of the show, and it really makes all the difference when you invest in high quality meat and you also know what's in your meat. So I always knew grass-fed beef was literally the best one, but I recently learned about grass-finished beef. Obviously grass-fed is super important because cattle aren't eating grain in the wild, you know what I mean? So now I only have grass-finished beef, and trust me, once you do your Google search on grass-finished beef, you're never going back. This meat that I get is from Butcher Crowd, so it's like this delivery service that have premium high-quality meat, and it's guaranteed. It's just so good and so easy. I don't have to worry about going to the store and picking up the right one, so that's the one I use. Also, what I like about getting my meat from here is it's hormone-free and also antibiotic-free. I honestly never used to season my beef. I don't know why. I would literally just put it on pan like that with a little bit of butter, but I've recently discovered how good steak seasoning is. So now we use steak seasoning. I use this one or like a barbecue one. Doesn't matter what meal it is, honestly. It kind of goes with everything, which is good. Just season it. It tastes so much better. I use medium grain rice. I actually don't know the difference. My medium grain gives that texture of like sushi rice, which I like. While the rice is cooking, I'm gonna make up some broccoli and also do a little carrot salad on the side. Fiber is so important. Like, I did not realize this. I thought I was just hyper fixated on protein, fats, and carbs, but fiber is going to be your best friend, because it also not only helps you digest your food, but also helps the carbs become slow releasing energy throughout the day. Literally just start doing this. I'm going to create these little shreds of carrot. I feel like a reindeer every time I do this. So I'm cooking the steak in butter. This is grass-fed butter. See, it's the small things. If I could get grass-finished butter, I would. Wow. That's it. So for a medium rare steak, I do 4 minutes on each side. Time to flip. Probably the best steak I've ever had in my whole life. Broccoli is going well. Right, while the steak is finished cooking, I did my little carrot salad. These Butcher Crowd knives. So I'm gonna cut my steak with that. All right, now we've got to jazz it up. So I'm gonna get a little bit of avocado. Put that on the side here too. Before the sesame seeds, teriyaki sauce. This is not the usual one I get. It was the only one in the store that they had, but I was desperate to make this now. In teriyaki sauce, you kind of want to get one that's super thick, because it doesn't give the same effect if it's not super thick. Wow. And that's it. This is my steak teriyaki bowl. I'm obsessed with it. Let's dig in.